best. I mean, we've all seen them play at an elite level for a long time. We got obviously a great punch from LeBron in the first quarter, and then Korver in the first half was great. You know, obviously Love has been good in both games, but at the end of the day, they've got a lot of guys that have been there, done that, and you know, we're expecting that every game we're going to have to play better to have a chance to win.
I mean, you said that for a few games now. Do you see that improvement?
I mean, I think you should get, you should learn more about the team you're playing against as you move forward, but still at the end of the day, it's about every game's its own entity. Like at 8:30 on Saturday, it's a brand new ball game. Like what's happened in the previous games, what happens in the future is all out the window. It's just about what happens in that, you know, 48-minute segment. And, you know, our guys know that. We're going to have to play really hard. We're going to have to play really connected. Obviously, with all they've accomplished over the last few years, they've been tremendous on the road and at home, but especially at home. And, you know, it'll be a heck of a challenge.
You just talked about the challenge that the Celtics present in that you have such a balanced scoring attack.
Well, I mean, I think we've got a lot of guys that can do a lot of different things. I think they're doing a great job of soaring with what they do best. You know, it's an interesting deal because, you know, you never know who's going to have the ball to end. You never know who's going to have the ball in certain moments, because we've got a bunch of guys that we all trust in that moment, and you know, and they've earned that with their play all the way through the year, and certainly, you know, since we basically had this group together post the Kyrie injury.
And how challenging do you think that is for your opponents, that they don't know, like you said, who's going to take the shot?
Well, I mean, just like, Cleveland, everybody knows LeBron will have the ball in that moment, but he's great at spraying it. You never know who's going to have that ultimate opportunity. So I think every team, you worry about everybody on the court equally, and I don't know that we're any different in that regard.
Coach, in terms of matchups, at home, others usually play better. How do you?
Well, we're gonna have to be great about adjusting as the lineups go, as our lineups come in, making sure we're matched up appropriately, and then, you know, we have to continue to guard the three-point line. You know, we did a decent job, except for that Korver flurry, of really guarding, you know, especially in those catch and shoot areas, and that's hard because you spend so much focus and time on LeBron that they're great at, you know, everybody's staring and helping, and they flare you on the backside, and it's, you know, Korver and Love, and you got to figure out how to get to both of them, and it's tough. And, you know, with Smith over there, and we've all seen what he did in all the different games against us. You know, he hasn't had the games that he, you know, has had in the past in the first two, so you know he's going to come out aggressive, and he's a really good player. So we're going to have to be great on all those guys.
I know these guys are professionals. Shut up. Factor on the road.
I think you prepare for that your whole life. You know, like, you know, all these guys played in big atmospheres before they came here. We played well on the road all year. I think the Milwaukee Game 3 was quite an eye-opener for us from the standpoint of a playoff road game and intensity and atmosphere. And that was a great learning experience. We feel like we've packed a lot of experiences here into the past month.
How does winning Game 3?
Again, you know, all of these experiences add up to knowing that you better play well when it's all on the line and when that clock starts. So, you know, I think that, you know, whether it's winning the Game 3 in Philly or whether it's giving ourselves a much better outing in Game 4 in Milwaukee, we need to take those things and try to apply them the best we can. But there's two teams out there, and you know you're going to get a great shot from them.
Coach, in talking about those 5 road games that you guys have played so far, what would you like? What maybe did not like about what you guys did?
Didn't like the rest of them.
What about just in terms of how you guys played during those games, though?
Yeah, we had our moments, but we weren't as consistent as we needed to be to win more. So we're going to have to be really focused, really locked in, really consistent. It's even harder to communicate on the road. You got to be great communicating. You know, our coverages change up based on who's on the floor with us and what we're trying to accomplish. So our guys really have to be good about that, and there's no reason to think they won't. I mean, they're locked in, but again, the other team's out there too.
Do you expect this series to become even more physical than it is now?
I think it's been, pretty physical, and I think that's just playoff basketball. And every game when you're playing in this, you always, every single game adds even more of that, just because you're playing each other again and again and again. As I said last time we were playing Philly, I mean, if we were all playing in an open gym game, we were all on our 5th game, we'd all be sick of playing against each other, and that's just the way it goes. And, playoffs are unique in that way.
Jalen did have a big game, one of those games in Milwaukee, and obviously he kind of but kind of countered LeBron a little bit the other night. What about him allows him to be able to kind of seize that moment, regardless of what the crowd is?
Jalen's fearless. Jalen's tough. Jalen continuously gets better. He wants to get better. And I think sometimes because of his athleticism and his youth, he's got an unbelievable ability to get in and make plays that other people can't make. But then I think sometimes we don't talk enough about how competitive he is. He's another tough, competitive guy.